Welcome back to SYFY Live here at C2E2. You guys having a good time? Excellent, excellent. Well, I'm Andre Meadows, and the guy next to me needs no introduction. He's amazing. You all know him. You know him from wrestling. You know him from writing comics. You know him from UFC. He's done so much. CM Punk is in the house, everybody. CM Punk.
Hello, everybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Really do appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah. Like I said, you've had a very, very cool life because it's like people know you from wrestling, people know you from writing, people know you from UFC. Like, how has that been just going through these different transitions throughout life?
It's a giant struggle. Everything's hard. I think everybody thinks, you know, you just said it, I've had this awesome life, and I have, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. You know, I'm just like every individual has their own story. Everything is hard. You know, it never stops. You know, and you just keep learning. You just keep going forward. And if you've enjoyed me wrestling, fighting, writing, like whatever, I appreciate it because a lot of hard work goes into all that.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a good way to start. It's like, what are some of the, you know, I know a lot of people know your backstory and things like that, but what are some interesting things that you can say about just going through the process of becoming a wrestler, becoming a writer that you remember?
I mean, you just have bad days. You have good and bad days. I think it's just a microcosm of life. You know, you have good days, you have bad days, you have good years, bad years, weeks, months, whatever, and you just can't, you know, encompass your entire worth on those bad days. Those, you know, I've written scripts for stuff and then thought they were good, and then you sleep on it, and the next night you read it and you're like, this is just garbage, and you just throw it all out. Yeah. You know, I've had bad matches. You know, lost my first fight, so it's just everything's just a building block, and you just gotta keep working.
Nice.
Well, I'm waiting for those easy days where I don't have to work hard for something. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for somebody to just hand me something, and I'd be like, yay.
Well, I'm sure all the fans appreciate you being around, so that's something that you get from day to day. I'm sure when you come to these conventions. Seeing as you are a fan of comics, have you seen the evolution of the convention circuit and all the cons and stuff? And
yeah, I for sure have. And just on the golf cart ride from where I was to here, it kind of showed like the evolution of it, because we started at like autograph tables and we zoomed around past like pretty much the comic creators, and that's kind of the nucleus of this entire thing. And then we rounded the corner and it was like Cosplay Village, and it was just like, whoa. And there was just people in all states of dress, like people changing into the next cosplay outfit. I think I saw a naked dude just in the middle of the thing, like turning into a stormtrooper. So I think pop culture has, you know, swallowed the thing as a whole, where it used to be, you call your Twitter handle's Black Nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that used to be not a good thing, you know. And now being a nerd is celebrated, you know, and I think that shows how far we've come and how awesome everything is now. Yeah.
Now, what first inspired you to want to write? I mean, I know you won that match. But yeah, but what first inspired you to want to get more into writing for comics and stuff like that?
That kind of fell into my lap. I was approached. But I mean, I owe the whole thing to Axel Alonso, who used to be the editor-in-chief at Marvel. We were in a bar. I think it might have been like 3 in the morning in San Diego during Comic-Con one year, and he was just like, "You want to write a comic book?" And naturally, I was like, "Alonso, you're so drunk. What are you doing?" "Yes, I want to write a comic book." And to kind of see where I was at, they let me write like a foreword. I've done a couple forewords for him, and then, I don't know, somebody based on that thought I was good enough to handle I did the Thor annual. It was 10 pages, and they're like, all right, let's give him Drax, and they gave me Drax, shockingly enough, and I got away with a lot of weird stuff on that, but I think it's just kind of something I've always done. I just never got paid for it.
Yeah. But speaking of Drax, what was it like working on that comic?
Working on Drax was honestly like nothing. If you would have asked me, pick somebody to write, I mean, Drax would have been not even in the top 100. Yeah. You know, but it's just one of those things. I thought it was better for me to approach the character that way and not, I just know Drax from the Jim Starlin stuff, old school. So with like the Bendis reboot and the new Drax, I had no idea about any of that stuff. So I just worked with what I knew, and I had fun with it. And I worked with Cullen Bunn on that, who writes 600 titles a month, I think. And he was tremendous, and he taught me a lot and helped me a lot, and it was a lot of fun.
Nice. And of course, can't help but find the humorous that you wrote for Drax. It's a comic book,
Yep.
and then in the movies, Drax is played by Dave Bautista.
The greatest. It's one of the greater stories, I think, of my recent life. It's just so bizarre how that worked out.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had like a Drax off, a little Drax?
No, we talk about it all the time, though, just how bizarre it is that you know, I write a character that he now portrays in movies. It's kind of mind blowing.
Yeah. Now, is there a different approach that you came to with writing versus fighting? Like, do you feel like it's a similar passion, or do you feel like it's a different thought process?
Well, like I said earlier, I think everything's hard, but anything worth doing is hard. You know, the easy stuff, it's not really rewarding, but the hard stuff is. So whether it's wrestling, whether it's fighting or training for a fight, just writing, getting better at it. I think that one of the best things about writing is to be a good writer, you got to read a lot. And that's what I do anyway. So I'm always trying to read more, and you learn better that way. But it's hard to draw a comparison between the two. But I would much rather get punched in the face than be staring at a deadline and have to like write something. It's just nothing is more nerve-wracking than sitting in front of my computer being like, all I got to do is write 2 more pages.
Right.
And I just can't do it. I'd much rather, I'd rather get punched in the dick. Sorry, kids.
So writing is hard, I guess.
It's not easy, yeah.
Yes, that's something we're gonna have to put in the history books at some point when they.
That's going to be the grab at the clickbait. CM Punk says he'd rather get punched in the dick.
So, who has the best smack talk then? The wrestling ring or the comic convention?
Oh man. I mean, I think wrestling. I think the most of the smack talk that goes around here is behind people's backs. Which is not cool. We all need to just talk it out. You know, I saw 2 Captain Americas almost get into a fist fight, and I was like, guys, come on, calm down. There's room for all of us here.
Well, it depends on which version of Cap they were.
I don't know. I want to see Werewolf Cap. Anybody? No?
Oh, no.
You got to be a real, that's a deep nerd, that's a deep cut nerd-wise, the Werewolf Cap.
Is there any character that you would love to write for?
I've always said this. People have asked me this for years and years and years, and flash back to that bar.
Yeah.
And, Axel asked me, what do you want, what book do you want to do? And I said Punisher.
Nice.
So I'm still waiting on that. I think they're kind of scared. I think there's some higher ups at Marvel are a little bit scared of what I do with characters, because I kind of get a little bit weird.
All right.
I put Fing Fang Foom in a dress. I don't know how happy people were with that. You know, but I just kind of, in my head, think these stories, you know, they just kind of stand alone. Like, Fing Fang Foom doesn't always have to wear a dress. He just wore a dress in my book. Yeah. I think they think I'm going to do that to Frank Castle, you know. Well,
you can pull it off, you know, it's on the legs. But yeah, and now we got you, you're doing UFC. And how's that been, like, just bringing that back? Is that been rejuvenating your feelings of fighting again? Or?
How has that been? It sucks, and it's beautiful, and it's awesome all at the same time. Yeah. Like, every day you start over, you know? And when you see progress, it's a beautiful thing. And then some weeks, you know, you're the nail. Some weeks you're the hammer. Some days are better than others. But every day I wake up with, you know, in my own bed with a smile on my face. I'm able to go in and train, physically fit, feel great, happy, and I'm having the time of my life. I'm fighting here, Chicago, June 9th at the United Center.
That's it. Check that out. That's really awesome, man. I'm just so glad to hear about all the different things you have done, including 2 of my favorite things. You've been a video game character, which has been awesome.
Yeah.
And you were in the Flintstones.
Yeah.
That's not many people can say that.
Bizarre, right? Like, as myself, like, I didn't voice another character. I was CM Punk. I think I got beat up by Barney, maybe.
Yeah. So
right.
if there's a Barney Rubble
right.
cosplayer out here, rematch. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
I've done a lot of weird shit. I forget half the stuff. I really do. I really do.
If you need to lay down for the therapy session, we can get into that.
Oh, I forgot it all. It was easiest money that therapy guy, person, therapist. See? I forget stuff.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you, CM Punk.
It's been a pleasure to be here. And thanks for the support, everybody. I appreciate it very much.
Really good.
Go Cubs!
And we've got so much going on here. If you want to let us know about what you have been seeing here, or if you have any other cartoon characters you want to see CM Punk fight, make sure you tweet it at SYFY with the hashtag It's a Fan Thing and hashtag C2E2. Also, be sure to keep checking out the stage. We got so many cool things that are coming up on the stage, including up next, we have Brian Michael Bendis coming up talking about DC Comics, so you definitely want to check that out.